Steve Blackmeyer here with the Oklahoman and visiting with Doug Sirocco. He's an attorney and partner with Dunlop Codding on Film Row. You've been there a couple years now. And you've really made quite an impact over there. It's a very different setup for a law firm. Tell me about that first.
Sure. So we've been there for about 2 years now, and our goal when we converted about almost 100-year-old warehouse was to provide both office space for our ongoing operations, as well as to create a community space where anybody could come in. We have a kitchen, a lounge area that's connected to an outdoor patio that has kind of seating and places for musicians to play, artists, speakers. We're talking to some dance troupes right now about doing some performances, as well as some more traditional theater types of things.
But you're a law firm. Why do you need to be involved in all these creativity efforts?
So, we're an intellectual property law firm, which means we're dealing with people's ideas and passions and artistic kind of endeavors. And so the people that we work with every day are the craziest, most creative, most innovative people. And really to kind of showcase the people that we work with, to celebrate them, but then also to bring a little bit more of the community-mindedness into the office. And so every day we have people that are working in there as artists or musicians, and it kind of lends a different vibe and a feeling to us, as well as giving kind of a little bit back to the community.
Where was your firm located before it moved to Film Row?
We were originally in the Alliance Bank building up on the 10th floor. I had a wonderful view of every storm that would come in from the west, but we weren't connected to the community in any way. We're up in the air, you didn't see anything, you didn't hear anything. Now kind of being street level down in Film Row, we kind of feel the daily kind of changes, either in traffic patterns, people, everything that's kind of happening.
How shameless are people in approaching you to use your space?
They are shameless. We get, on average, I watch all the submissions that kind of come in, and on average we're getting now about 30 to 40 a month that are rolling in. Right now we're booked every weekend through August. Most weekends there are 2 things happening each of the days. And I think we've only got maybe 1 or 2 Wednesdays and Thursdays right now through July that are open. So there's stuff going on there constantly.
And how does this affect the culture of your firm, the attorneys, and what they do on a day-to-day basis?
I think it's completely changed our culture. We always kind of had that ethos of kind of giving back and being involved in tech and creative types of endeavors. But it's really kind of put front and center that doing is more important than talking about. And so every day people see people using, people in my office see others using the space, and they can kind of say, oh yeah, that's how law and art works together. Mike Wimmer did a studio series for us, or in the space, and he allowed our people to come in and watch and listen to the lectures, and kind of taking a moment out of their day to use and engage the other side of their brain has just been a tremendous benefit, I think, to our office.
Behind us is a photo of the first Premiere and Film Row event where your firm was involved, and that's your patio. Talk about that night and how these different nights proceed. I mean, on that night you had an art show, but like you've had an Elvis impersonator one night. My son and I enjoyed that. You even had our own Dave Morris and his band performing there.
Yeah, we have lots of things going on. It's either we have artwork going, usually try to have 1 or 2 artists that are showing, and it's usually non-traditional artists, folks that don't get a show typically or haven't yet, who are working in the community that we don't really know about. We'll have musicians, like you said, Dave Morris has played, and lots of other people, all the way up to the Wiggle Out Loud guys. And so when we look at Premiere, the goal is to put different audiences together. So in one of the premieres, for example, they did the jean show. After they put the piece of their jeans up that people had worn for a year without washing, and at the same time we had a band that pulled a much older audience in. So we had a very younger group looking at the jeans, listening to this band that was maybe more appropriate for people in their 50s and 60s, and vice versa. And so our goal for Premiere for Dunlop Codding is always to kind of blend different kind of communities, whether it's either the kids with John Rex and a climbing wall, or maybe an Elvis impersonator. It's always to kind of roll those things up so everybody can come down and have a good time.
To those who might ask, well, this all sounds like a lot of fun, but how does all this creativity really add to the bottom line?
For us, it's differentiated us in a very crowded market. And one of the things for our firm, traditionally, about 85% of our revenue has come from out of the state of Oklahoma and outside of the region is that. And so what it's helped us do is basically make a name for ourselves in the community while giving back. So for us, the ability to do good, but yet, there's always a catch, is always, to be able to get our name out there, get people to recognize that we're the type of people that hopefully they want to affiliate with and have us work with them on their projects.
It's all about the branding.
It's all about the branding.
Thank you very much for joining us. Hope you enjoy reading all of our features and watching all of our shorts on how creativity is changing Oklahoma City.